Welcome SWA fans. This is our new segment here. We're going to test out two 4Runner. What is this, a base model?
Yeah, SR5.
SR5 versus TRD Offroad.
Alright, so I typically daily drive the blue 4Runner. So I've never been in a...
Let's start off saying that this is a base model.
This is a...
Which car it is, at least.
We're in the SR5, we're in the red one, which is the base model. So I typically daily drive a TRD. Well,
the blue one.
The blue one. That is my personal vehicle. So I've never been in a base model, well, anything lower than a TRD.
I have. It's a rental.
So I'm doing a road, I'm basically seeing how an SR5 drives to the TRD because the suspension setups are a little different.
I believe this one rides on electronic software, normal, leaf springs? And springs. This one rides on springs all the way around, and it has an electronic four-wheel drive system.
Yes.
What else does features this car have? DAC, all-track,
advanced traction.
Advanced traction. What does advanced traction do?
So it ties the opposite wheels of the corner together. So your passenger front and your driver's rear will be electronically linked. Mine will do the same thing, except mine is essentially more mechanic. The four-wheel drive system is more mechanically driven.
What else does this thing have? Let's see here. Sunglasses holder. This does, yeah. So one thing the off-road car does not have is a sunglasses holder. That is a downside on Toyota.
Yep.
You should have thought about it. If you're off-roading, you're gonna be out in the sun, you're gonna put your glasses. Typically on your face, but what if it's dark?
The actual interior trim, so the finishes are different. In mine, it's more of a, what would you call it? More like a...
His is more like a trail edition vehicle. It has larger, like smaller wheels, larger tires on it. Has a lot of side. This one has a lot of sidewalls simply because it's a base model. His on purpose. Ooh, that was a hard bump. This one has, that one has larger tires on it as well as profile. But this one in general is a base model, so it has larger tires on it.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I mean, it has silver roof racks. This is as mostly basic as it gets. As far as this car goes, I mean, it has pretty cool stuff. Bluetooth audio, phone. It says messages. No idea what that is. Has setup.
You can read your phone. If I text you, it'll read it out to the car.
Yep, that's useless. Dangerous. Don't use it. Traffic. Don't need any of that. You have a 4Runner. Don't know why that's in there. Throw that thing in 4 high, 4 low, whichever you prefer. I prefer H2 because that's the
high grip applications.
Yes. It has weather. Weather is very important, but again, not in a 4Runner. It doesn't matter if you have good tires on here, you're good. GPS is a downside. It does use your phone.
Yep.
At least this one does.
Mine doesn't.
Yes, it doesn't. The speedo on this one is in French. It's not from France, so I don't know what's going on there.
You changed it.
I did change it. That was me. That was me. One feature I love about both of these vehicles, the rear window in the back, if you guys pay attention in the camera, it rolls down. Look at it. Imagine if you had a doggo friend back there. He could be huffing and puffing, and he could just be drinking water out of a glass, or the cup holders at least.
There's no cup holders back there. This one is a 7-seater.
Yes, this one is a 7-seater. Sure is. What else features does this car not have that your car does?
Multi-terrain select.
We'll get to that in your car.
Yeah, we'll show them what that does.
Let's see. That's about it for this car.
The interior trim is different. So this is like more of like a metallic-y silver.
Oh yeah, this does have silver trim in it, which it has a very. It looks robust, but it's very cheap and plasticky.
Yeah.
Not really a fan.
Center console is like this vinyl stuff.
It is. It dents very easily. Where are we? I was not paying attention.
I will say this does feel a harsher ride than mine.
Yes. That is the suspension in here. This car has, like I said earlier, has larger tires on it, and a lot of these cars nowadays have these ginormous I'm ready to wrap wheels.
Baller wheels.
Yeah, they're baller wheels. Whereas this car is one of the only vehicles left that actually has a larger sidewall than a typical vehicle would have, which gives it this nice plush ride. And I like the way soft tires feel, but the suspension seems to me very stiff.
It takes away from it.
Yeah, it wasn't really tuned properly. Not really sure how it feels off-road. At least I don't think this one's meant to be off the road that often.
No.
This is more of
take the kids to soccer practice.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to see Sienna, bam, you got a 4Runner because you live in a ranch house. No, wait, no, Sienna comes in a 4Runner. I do apologize. Anyways.
Sienna's all-wheel drive.
So see, pay attention.
Okay. Ciao.
We got DAC. You want to explain what DAC is?
So DAC is downhill ascent control. It's basically like cruise control, but it basically keeps the vehicle locked at a specific speed, so that way you don't have to focus on riding the brakes as much. The vehicle will do it for you. So all you have to do is basically focus on steering. You don't have to put any throttle input, any brake input. Mine has a similar system, except mine is for going uphill. So I have what's called crawl control.
We'll explain that in the other one.
We'll explain it in the other one.
Standard features in this car come out to, most cars have rear defrost. This one has actually side view mirror defrost, which when I used to have a Highlander, very, very helpful feature.
Yes.
This one also integrated into that has wipers that also heat up. Huge. That's a really big thing if you live in like the northern atmosphere, at least in the salt. I did notice this car came pre-rust proof from Toyota. It's not, something crazy, but there's some type of protection there, which is fantastic. It's mostly around the joints and all that type of stuff. Let's see, what else we got here?
It has a 400-watt power outlet.
Yeah, these do come in, at least, I don't know about Brent's car, but this car in particular has a standard wall outlet in your car, a normal 110, 120.
Well, this one's 110, 400.
400 watt.
This is 400 watts.
I know, I'm talking about that.
Oh.
Hey, look, another 4Runner, buddy.
Hey! SR5. Oh, both these are equipped with towing package?
Yes, I was actually just getting to that. This car does have a tow package, which is very helpful. It does do 5,000 pounds, which is more than enough for your day-to-day towing stuff if you're towing day-to-day.
Or being a 4-liter V6 that only has about 300
yeah,
pounds.
this thing seems more of a torque monster than it is a power output. Brent can explain to you on this specific engine how much power.
So this engine is rated to 287. Its sister car, the Tacoma, has upwards more of 300 horsepower. It has a slightly less torque, but this one is somewhere over 300, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but this just has more torque. It doesn't really care about horsepower. Oh, that one has the running boards installed. But I mean, it's still more than enough to tow your boat to the lake.
Which is what a lot of these are gonna do. They're gonna carry roughly 5-6 people. Usually it's gonna be 4 people, a dog in the back, in your big boat. This would be a good day-to-day car. A lot of people know that when you get one of these, the key selling point of this car is reliability. A 4Runner is literally known around the world to be like a Hilux. It is like it's a pinnacle of just reliability. These motors are bulletproof. The transmissions are bulletproof. They're clunky from the factory, but they stay a constant clunk. It's not.
They haven't changed them since
a while.
The 80s.
Yes.
They unveiled it in the 80s, and all they did is just update things here and there.
Yep. So Brent, as we come to a wrap, how do you feel driving this? What is your driving experience of this one?
It's a lot stiffer than mine.
Not comparing yours, but yes. How would you use this on a day-to-day basis? Like, would you prefer it, or what is your driver feel?
Day-to-day, I would definitely. This would be a commuter, for me, at least.
Day-to-day commuter.
Yeah.
So we'll end that right there. So now we're in the TRD off-road package. Brent has a beautiful nautical blue. The only downside about both of these cars, they don't have soft closing doors. Something to consider, really.
Well, the Limited has
What's
one.
back there?
I don't know. Don't worry
Got
about
some
it.
couple bodies. Anyways,
Hey man, look.
it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. All right, so driver feel. Wow, this one rides real different.
Yeah.
This one's real different.
So this one has an option. It's called KDSS. It's basically kinetic dampening suspension system. It supposedly only works off-road when a wheel drops below a specific set of parameters based on the suspension system. So technically mine's electronically controlled to a degree. So basically what happens is when it drops below a specific parameter, it actually fully extends the, I guess you could say, the strut to compensate for on the upward travel. I personally think it activates all the time because when I'm on the freeway, this rides like a freaking cloud.
It actually rides as good as my Mercedes, if you think about it.
And you're on air ride. I'm not.
I'm on air ride. I am, but your back is air assisted, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to be.
So the good thing about this car is I have no idea why it has this package, because it's supposed to be off-roading, and off-road people are enthusiasts.
Well, KDSS is a $7,000 option.
But anyways, if you're towing, on this one compared to the other one, this will also do 5,000 pounds. However, you won't have that trailer swag.
Yeah.
Where it squats and then does weird things because it's just weird. It's no good. I have an idea.
Okay.
So, back to this one. This is probably irrelevant, but this one has a Kohler AC unit to it for some magical reason. This one has a proper four-wheel drive system. Yeah, what was it? Got 4 high, 4 low, neutral. And
Well, neutral just doesn't do anything with the transfer case. It just is a way of putting from going from 4 high and the 4 low, so it doesn't shock the drivetrain.
Yeah, but this one's proper. Mine's the actual knob that you have to push a button and stuff.
And this is a proper lever, which we'll show you later.
You know it's proper, right? This, you know it's proper because when you put your foot on the gas, it moves.
Yep.
It shifts itself to the right. Like it's like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It gets mad. Otherwise, let's see here. What else we got in this one? This one has carbon fiber in it.
Yeah.
Not sure if it's completely real, but it doesn't matter.
It's plastic.
Yeah.
It's hydro dip.
But it looks great.
And that's
Looks
from factory.
We got toes. Oh, you got crawl control. You want to explain crawl control?
So
That's important.
I have 2 knobs up here, which you can't see them yet. But one on the left is for crawl control, which basically, if you're going up a steep grade, and it explains all of it in the manual.
Read it.
What? Read the manual?
Read the manual.
Bet.
Not right now. Later. If you own one of these, read the manual. Very important.
Read the manual, and it's like page.
It's one of the says 700 onwards.
One of the 528.
Yeah, one of the 528. Onwards from that.
Multi-terrain select.
Oh, you have a button here. It's a diff lock.
I have an electronic diff lock in the rear. I also have multi-terrain select, which I don't think works very well. This one's running. Did you hear that clunk?
Yeah.
That was KDSS.
Oh. Anyways, yeah, the 4-wheel drive system in this thing is phenomenal. Not too sure how well the crawl control actually works. It has a button here for speed, which is what, low, medium, and high, and intervals in between that.
Which works. This works just like the Land Cruisers.
Land Cruiser, but this has 7 settings on it,
So
which
does
is
Land
fantastic.
Cruiser.
Yeah, and so what was that? Sand, slippery.
So it's sand, it's dirt, gravel, and sand. This is slippery rock. This is a dead end.
I know.
This is moguls, which is the articulation sections that you see at a lot of off-road parks, and then this is just boulders.
Boulders.
Yes.
Wow, that's fantastic.
I have yet to find the page. Hold on.
It's okay. So it goes from light to heavy. So my favorite picture on this, we'll get a close-up shot in a minute. And there's the second one. It's an SUV and it's skidding about. And it's
like the slippery when wet signs.
No, it's skidding about.
Yeah, like the slippery when wet.
It's drifting. So not
I
recommended.
mean, it is rear-wheel drive.
All right, onwards. This one, this radio is a little bit upgraded. It's not the premium sound from JBL, but it is upgraded.
Well, the premium sound from JBL and the 4Runner line is only,
I believe, in the limited.
it's only in the limiteds.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's an option on one of these. I'm pretty sure it is.
It's not. But there is a company called OEM Plus, which they do make a direct plug-and-play kit for this, which is almost as good as the JBL system,
if not better. The JBL system is a great system, but it's not up to my standards.
No.
But the good thing about this system, Brent has it's not I wouldn't call it a premium audio, but it's an upgraded head unit.
Yeah.
This one has Grace Note, XM,
So basically,
HD. Mine doesn't have HD radio.
This is the Entune 3 radio.
Okay.
So basically what I get is, in weather, I actually have a weather map that shows me, forget its update settings. I think it's every 15 minutes it'll show me updated weather. So if you're out camping and you're gonna go, I don't know, run some trails in this, or you have some buddies and you have, you know, Can-Ams and stuff like that, you can check the weather map, see what the weather is at that 15-minute interval, and it'll show you the last 15 minutes if you need to. It'll actually pull up a weather map, which we'll put on the screen.
It looks like a legit radar.
It looks like a legit radar. If you go, I also have a predictive traffic map.
I have traffic too, but mine's not predictive. Mine just says it's red, and I don't know what red is. Some people tell me it's stop, but red is for race, so I don't have it. You know, they should clarify. There should be a legend. And
I can actually see, let's say I'm going to make a trip. Let's say I'm going up to, I don't know, let's say going up to Detroit, see my family. I can be like, all right, I'm going up to Detroit. I can go all the way up to basically the Detroit metro area. And let's say I'm going to go through there around 5. I can go to exactly the 5 p.m. hour and see exactly what the traffic's going to look like based on the freeways all around Detroit metro.
That's fantastic. What features we got on this one that the other one does not? Maintenance. That is one of my favorite features in a Land Cruiser and a 4Runner. Absolutely fantastic. Maintenance minders in the Land Cruiser. I think every car should have this, even if it's a Yaris. It's just fantastic. You can do we got oil change, oil filters, rotations, tires, batteries.
Anything that you can do on this is in there. You can even set up 3 personal ones. It's like, oh, I need to go rotate my tires, blah, 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 blah. It's a very fantastic system. No idea why every car doesn't have it. One thing I do see, though, this looks more of an enthusiast page. You know, the normal person is not going to be looking at their coolant every couple months, whereas enthusiasts, these cars are meant to go off-road, so they have a little more of a wear and tear, and they're kind of they get more beat up than the average CRV in terms. This car is also good for business people. It has an app that says stocks. If you run stocks and you have a 4Runner, this is your car. Fuel guide, don't need any of that. I don't even know what it does.
No idea. This car has a fuel guide. It is really highly recommended. This is not the best on fuel, which is the, I think, only downside of it. So we just finished up driving our 4Runners. I had the red one, he had the blue one, but to do a safe, not safe, what's it called? Fair comparison, we swapped around. I drove the blue one and he drove the red one. In conclusion, this one is $36,000. That one is $50,000, and honestly, it's nearly a $15,000 difference. 14,000, right? Yeah, 14.
Yeah, 14.
So, in conclusion, if you were going to buy a 4Runner, I do not recommend the base model. There is no need for a base model.
Especially in a vehicle of this caliber.
Yeah, there's no need. This is mostly going to be a weekend warrior that you're going to go off-roading with your buddies. You're going to go camping in it. You're more the adventurous type of person instead of the person that goes to
a 9 to 5 and then has
9 to 5 cars and coffee, have a Corvette. There's nothing wrong with that, but this is more of the adventurous vehicle.
Hiking, fishing, hunting.
Right.
Anything
Especially fishing, because you get near the lake waters and stuff.
Anything outdoors basically is this what this is. Oh, hey look, the Limited's coming.
We'll post a picture of the Limited here shortly. This is a base model, don't buy one. Unless you're really want a 4Runner, just to have a 4Runner, that would be this one. Otherwise, this is the way to go. It rides just, I mean, I could drive hours on end without getting exhausted. The seats, I feel in this one are a little bit stiffer. I feel like they're the same, but this one might be a little stiffer. Not really too sure on the cushion.
No.
This one rides better, better suspension, good wheels. This one has better wheels, fog lights. These are upgraded. Highly recommended, Baja Design. We're not sponsored by any means. Highly recommend their products. I've used them for 30 minutes. Best lights I've seen so far.
Yep.
I got to test out Pia, so if y'all watching, let me know. Comes with what's it, the bug shield, the running, yeah, the Pro Runners. Highly recommended. We'll get a zoom in on how high this thing actually sits. Don't really recommend it. It is a great vehicle. Again, not good on gas. If you were to buy a base model, again, it would be simply for reliability purposes.
These things are built to last decades.
Decades on decades, built to last right over 15 years. And if you get Land Cruiser, it's 125 years.
These are now built to last 20. Land Cruiser is now built to last 25, 30.
Right. Did you want to add anything to that?
No. I mean, basically hit the nail on the head.
Other than that, it seems like this is a wrap. Let us know what you think. Comments below. Subscribe. Huh?